It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on Habscast.
Thank you, Mr. Dick Irvin. Yeah, it's a great day to talk hockey. What do you think, Blainer?
Yeah, not a bad day. Not a bad day.
Cheers.
It's kind of hard to start at the start of the day, but it worked out.
Yeah, definitely. Rick will maybe join us soon. He's still I don't know, he's still mute. I don't know. Oh, here he is.
Is this better?
Hey!
Oh my God, it worked.
Goodness. Thank you.
I did
Rick.
everything the same. I just rebooted my computer.
Okay.
Plugged in his microphone.
Sometimes that's all you got to do, man. Reboot that freaking computer.
Yeah.
You know, I remember people, you know, when you're saying, what do I do? Well, try unplugging and plugging it back in. That seems to solve more friggin' things when it comes to electronics. All right, enough about the electronics. Let's talk about this game. So, when halfway through the first period, when Dobish had saved 25% of his shots, did you think he would save 31 in a row after that? Blaine, we'll start with you.
No, I did not. I thought he was he was fighting the puck early.
Yeah.
I mean, we chatted back and forth. You and I both thought for sure he was going to get pulled after that third one.
I thought that they might. And did you see, like, Marty looked over at Trevor? Is like Trevor I guess Trevor's on the headphone to Marco, and you know,
and they said no.
Gave him a look like, what do you think? And you know, these guys are more patient than I am. I have to give them that. You know, keeping Cappy out of the lineup, and then what happens? Demidov gets off the schneid, playing with, you know, that line gets 2 goals. Who'd have thunk it, right? And well, actually, one. Demidov's other goal was on the power play, but oh geez, I forgot to update my. Thanks for reminding myself. Demidov had a hell of a friggin'.
He had a hell of a game.
Had a hell of a game, didn't he, Rick?
He was just off fire. That was the most predictable goal I've ever I've seen in the last year. Like, there's no way he's not scoring tonight. There's just no way. And you know, you felt it coming, and I mean, he could have had like 5 or 6 assists too if guys were bearing the opportunities he was creating. It's just amazing to know when you're that young to be able to fight through a slump and to be able to have the confidence to, you know, brace, you know, go through the hard times like he's doing and come out the other side, be it him, being Dobish, being Caulfield. All these young guys are fighting through difficult times during this playoffs and getting through it stronger. Just so many good things about it. And Demidov, for his young age, just astounding how he handles himself.
Yeah, and he battled through every check on him. He was winning his board battles. There was that one play where he went in with the puck alone on a line change. It was 1-on-4. He held on to it, just waiting for some support. He made that unreal pass out in front of the net, but he was wide open. I don't even know who he passed it to, but he did not expect that pass. Otherwise, he could have one-timed that right past.
I think it was Suzuki.
Was it Suzuki?
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting something to come from there. That's for sure.
No.
Not many people were, to be honest.
Buffalo looks like a defeated team. Like, I don't know. They're not. They don't look very sharp. It's hard to believe this is a team that in the last 50 games was the best in the league. They're not. They look like they're out of gas, Rick.
They look also mentally kind of burnt out. They're not reacting well. They're not showing patience. They're not taking the game very well. That penalty to Tage Thompson was just unacceptable for a veteran to get. I would have been livid if I was the coach. Useless, not the right time. And you're just seeing it from a lot of them. They're not able to settle down, regroup, and rethink what they're going to do. And that's not a whole team, but that's an older team than the Habs. And the Habs are showing a lot more composure. That's the amazing part. And the coaching staff too. Grant, you mentioned it, right? We wanted to see some lineup changes. We felt like it was time. They said, no, we're keeping it. Same thing with Dobesh. We're going to make him fight through it. We think he can, and he did. The maturity level is incredible again, and Buffalo doesn't have that. They are rattled, and they're playing like they are.
Yeah. Are you saying that we might be a little bit immature, Rick? Is that
I hope I am.
Okay, because
I don't want to be grown up.
I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree with you more. Listen, the money's flowing in here whenever the Habs win, right? Damn work almost cost me missing this insane game. Now the Habs have to end this Saturday with a dominating performance. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, no more shots off the Zamboni door. I bet you right now they're friggin' sanding that down as we speak, getting it.
I think they were actually.
Yeah. Mark, $20. Thank you very much. Kenny, thank you for the 10. What a game. Yes, sir. And rum here. Well, rum over there too, probably. $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. Oh, Rick with the pure vodka. Good man. Good man.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame about Lindy Ruff bitching and moaning and whining about calls, and I mentioned how the Sabres came back with a pushback in Game 4, but they were still beatable, and that was the best they could provide. And now we see, like Rick mentioned, they seemed defeated after that fourth goal went in. The bench just slumped down. They didn't have. They're a young team, like the Canadiens are a young team, but the Canadiens had a playoff experience already.
Yeah.
So
it's not
Buffalo's going through that now.
It's not looking in very good for the Sabres right now, is it?
You ain't lying.
I ain't lying. Okay, got the puns out of the way. Hey, those guys that don't like golfing that are on the Sabres, they should go to acting school, because their attempts at embellishment there weren't very good tonight, eh? The one by Thompson, but the one did get it was just the one on Nash. Just put his blade of a stick up against his face and he actually got
Norris. Yeah.
Doan? Yeah.
Oh, Doan, that was the one, yeah.
Yeah. And then Thompson tried it a little later, for like I tweeted out, geez, I wonder is Lindy going to complain about the embellishment on his own players tonight, Rick?
It was silly when I heard it the first time, and my first reaction was, you're kind of almost building in the excuse for your own players. Instead of being the source of calm, you're being the source of more anxiety. Now you're getting them frustrated. The coach is saying that they're faking it. Now the players are going to react to that because their leader is saying that they're faking it, and now we're going to get distracted. Now we're going to get buttered. You saw that fantastic quote right before the game. I don't know. It was in French. I don't know if you heard it. They asked Marty St. Louis a second time about Lindy Ruff's comment, and he just said, I can't focus on that, because if I waste my energy focusing on the officiating, I'm not focusing on other things that is more important to me. Let me just focus on that first, and whatever happens, happens. Great leadership. That to me is a great leader.
If you have excès du net or something like that, or
that was yesterday. He said, he goes, from his point of view, he goes, probably if you ask me from my point of view, I'd see it differently. And he said that. And just mature.
I don't have glasses.
He's such a grown up.
We can tell which of the two former NHLers has the Hart Trophy on in his trophy case there. Sheldon, Habs are just starting to heat up. It is exciting, isn't it? Looks like they might be going to the friggin' Final Four again. How many years has it been for Leafs? And then the Habs are going to do it. 2 of the last 3 times that they made the playoffs. It looks like. Mind you, it's not over yet. We've seen this before. Teams can look like they have it sewed up 3-2. But
2 shots at it.
It definitely looks like I think they're going to wrap it up in Montreal. I believe I believe they will on Saturday night. How crazy will Montreal be on Saturday night, Blain, if the Habs win?
Oh my God! If I was able to get away from work and fly into Montreal, even just to be near the rink, I would. It's going to be nuts. The first, I think, is it the first Saturday game that they've had?
Yeah,
on home ice.
Is this the first Saturday
first
game?
Saturday game, period.
Yeah. So Caulfield's going. He got a 5-on-5 goal, like we were talking about before the
Mr.
game.
Saturday night.
And it's Saturday, and it's Mr. Saturday night. He's 3 goals in 3 games. It's Saturday night. Come on. Place is gonna be freaking rocking.
Are you gonna head down to Hurley's pub with your daughter there on Saturday night, Rick? Or what?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I can't imagine. I think people are going to be waiting at 4:00 to get seats for that 8:00 game. So I don't know if I'll be able to get down. You know, I live right by, like, not far from there. It's one bus that's right at the corner of my house, and it's an 18-minute bus ride to get to the Bell Center. That's all it takes for me to get to the Bell Center. So I could easily get down there. But no, I think I'm going to just watch it from home and order like a big Italian sandwich and watch the game.
Did you see my Rick Springhetti impersonation there?
Yeah.
Wasn't very good.
It was good. It was bang on. Good. Bang on. It was perfect.
It was bang on. Rigatoni. Yeah. Oh boy, yeah. And we had for those that are tuning in that missed the Sterling pregame show that I actually have deleted now because it just. Anyway, apologies to everybody that tuned in. My computer was lagging, and I just Tina's suggested that maybe we should get a new laptop. So that might be these. Contributions that have been coming in here by a few people. Thank you, Sheldon, for the $5. Habs are just starting to heat up, and Jonathan was not super confident during the first when we broke them. Let's finish them off on Saturday. $5 from Jonathan. This is all going towards the laptop fund, so thank you to everybody. So all of a sudden, you know, I was looking at the leading scorers in the playoffs, and Suzuki's in the top 12. Lane is second in assists behind Quinn Hughes, who is gone. So guess who's going to catch him probably if they go to the next round? You know, the leading active defenseman in points is Lane Hudson. Slav all of a sudden has 9 points. He's tied for 22nd in scoring in the playoffs. Cole's got 4 goals now, 4 assists, 8 points. He's in the top 30. You know, Demi's getting off the schneid here. Nui's got 6 goals. What's that? 19 goals in their last 4 games. So looks like they're starting to you know, to find their offense to go, geez, you know, Tampa would have smoked. I think Tampa would have smoked Buffalo the way they're playing right now. It's just they look entirely beatable. I hope that same team shows up in Montreal on Saturday night, because if they do, I think the Canadians are going to close it out. I really do. They just they can't friggin' lose at home again. Hey,
well, the good news.
Go ahead, both
the
you.
Good news. I think the good news is going to be that because it's a Saturday night in Montreal, the suspected stripper strike in Montreal is not going to happen.
Right. Yeah. Well,
that might distract the Sabres a little bit.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. It might. You know, they'll be disconsolate because what do they do? You know, I mean, the golf course isn't open after the game. What are they going to do?
Pull a Rick Tocchet and go to the strip joint after the game.
Is that right?
That's what he did after they were eliminated.
Well, hey, old school hockey coach.
Yep.
Ricardo, what do you have to say about that, boyfriend?
No, the thing with the Habs and kind of alluded to it before is they're improving constantly as the playoffs go around and the way they approach the games and the way they play and the way they correct. They know they did not play well the last game at home. I think that the way they're mature, the way they think, the way they behave, the way they approach the game, they're gonna make it a mission not to do the same mistake they did last time at home. They're gonna really correct those things because they are again they are product of their management and their coaching. It's about getting better. It's about thinking like a professional. It's about acting like a professional. It's about focusing what needs to be done, and they kind of feed off that. So the next game, it's going to be nothing like the last game in Montreal. They're going to be playing a lot better. Believe me, I really don't think it's going to be nothing like you've seen before.
Yeah, and NHL highlights. Woot woot. I don't know NHL highlights. You're supposed to be nonpartisan, aren't you? There NHL highlights, but anyway,
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Hey, do you blame them? How could you not cheer for the Montreal Canadiens? Blain Potvin.
I'd be curious to know where are all the few people who came and troll us there earlier today about the Buffalo winning 5-0 and all that. They
to wash their hair.
Yeah, that's right. I know Tony won't be coming on because I banned him last time. Tony the troll, but Buddy was nice. He was kind there, but he did saying that the Buffalo was going to win 5-0 was silly. So, we just we took that as kind of a bit of humor actually, and he's welcome to come back and see what we have to say to him now. How do you like me now?
He was pumping UPL's tires, and I guess one of them burst around the end of the second period.
Yeah, Rick, would you have pulled? Montreal Victoire.
Yeah.
They tied it up with 2 seconds left, by the way.
Wow.
We switched it over. Tina is cheering for the Ottawa Charge, and so am I, actually. Played against Montreal Victoire. They had a 2-1 lead, 2 seconds left. Guess who centers the puck and assists on the tying goal? Captain Canada.
Oh, wow.
Marie Philippe. Poulin. And she probably scored the overtime winner too. I don't know, but what a crushing loss for Ottawa. Why do they have a best of 5 in the final, the women? Come on now. Play 7 games in the final. Yeah, okay, if you have to do it in the semis and the quarters, okay, but you're having the finals. Make it a best of 7. Come on. And they're selling out. Like they're playing at the Canadian Tire Center. Tina was looking to get tickets, and all they had left was 300s like 2 days ago. 300s were like, so they're going to 15, 17,000 in Ottawa. They could have had an extra gate there for each. Like I don't know. I think they'll change that starting next year. That it'll be a best of 7.
Yeah, they just want to be a bit careful as they grow this thing, not to get carried away and just do one thing at a time. But I'm thrilled. I mean, I had season tickets when it was still the CWHL, and then it was a small little thing. My daughter and I, when my daughter was 5, she was like the biggest women's hockey fan in the world, and we'd go see game after game after game. So for me to see it grow like that is just unbelievable. And Marie-Philippe Poulin, what a player!
Yeah. Canada's going to win. Canada's going to win at least one championship this year. It's either Montreal or Ottawa. Be nice if it was double Montreal, or I could handle that.
That'd be okay. That'd be nice. But we saw Montreal play here in Halifax, and the place was rocking. So with the PWHL expanding, they got 11 teams now. I really hope Halifax ends up with a team, because people here are just dying for that kind of hockey. Everyone here loved it, adored it.
Yeah, it was great.
How can you not? does Demi have an infectious smile or what? Eh?
I don't blame him.
No, but you
throw
see
the
how
monkey off his
freaking
back.
happy, how happy he was to get the monkey off his back, eh? As they call it. I mean, he was all over it tonight. First star for me, without question. You have to give Dobie credit for friggin', not being phased by those goals. Only one of them really was, like they had a lot of traffic in front, and there was reasons why a couple of them went in. I suppose it was just Montreal kind of started out a little flat in their own zone, but kept them in, and he held the fort. Unlike Luukkonen, it's one of the reasons why Luukkonen has never become a true starter, even though he was a high pick and has all this potential. He might still, but it's the biggest issue there's a thin line between being a starter and being a backup, and it's consistency that is the key for a goaltender.
Yeah, when we talk about how the game progressed, that was one of the big reasons. I think they were not feeling confident that the goaltending was going to stand up to the Habs. And then you see the players from Buffalo kind of getting a bit nervous, sloppy zone exits, sloppy plays in the defensive zone, overhandling the puck, bad passes. Those are all things that come from being worried about your goaltender, I think. And that was a big, big factor in today's game. They won't admit it, but switching goaltenders to start the third, while understandable, I think just made the message even more clear that they don't trust the goaltending. And that was part of the problems, I think. So, it's going to be a problem for Buffalo. I don't think Devin Levi is going to be an NHL goaltender from what I've seen from him in the American Hockey League either. So I don't think the solution is coming from there either. Alex Lyon had a great hot streak, but he's a 32-year-old AHL goaltender basically. So you're not expecting him to be an NHL goaltender permanently. They're going to have to address that at some point after they're eliminated by the Habs.
Samurai Demidov called his great night. Hey, good for you. I didn't call it, but been waiting for him to break out here. He has been playing pretty decent hockey, and tonight it was just it was Demidov's night, and that's what I put Demi in my thumbnail. And hopefully, I think he probably gets the Wolves' head tonight. What do you think? What do you think, Blain?
Oh yeah, for sure. First playoff goal, and a dominant performance. To be honest, the kid was everywhere. He led the team in shots. He was just he was unreal.
Yeah. Jonathan Richard are saying Dobie ended up with 917 save percentage tonight. I would not have said that when let in 3 of his first 4 shots. And you're thinking, oh, here we go. Gonna have to go back to Montreal and win just to get back to Buffalo. It's been a crazy roller coaster this postseason, but man, oh man. 7 wins now, 9 to go. Really looking forward to Saturday. I have to go see my mom. I didn't get to up to see her on Mother's Day because, well, the Habs were playing, but now they're playing Saturday, and I promised her I'm going Saturday. So I'm not going to go to Montreal, but if they make the next round, Rick, I'm going to have to try to get back down for the next round because, late May, early June, Montreal in the playoffs, third round, it's going to be absolutely bonkers.
There are so many stories coming out that are hilarious. Like the the doctors who work at the ER were saying that they're actually catching up on their paperwork because nobody's showing up at the ER during the Habs game. It's little stories like that that make you go, brother, this is hilarious. They're helping the healthcare system now.
It just goes to show just how big the Canadians are in the city. Like,
Yeah.
people aren't
And
even. Oh, my arm's hanging on by a piece of skin. Nah, screw it. I'm gonna wait. Watch this game.
Yeah, it'll heal. But just hey, a lot of it's mental stress and stuff. It has a lot to do with your health. And when the Habs are winning, Montrealers are happy.
Yeah.
Dobie, good bounce back, second and third. Demidov, a big reason we had such a strong second period. Best forward tonight. Hudson Key again, but Goolie's the most solid D. What a comeback. Let's win Saturday. Goolie's been the steadiest defensive defenseman that the Canadians have had in the playoffs. We are seeing why he was a playoff MVP in the WHL. This is his. It's nice that the majority of the last 50 games he has actually been healthy, and we're finally getting to see that top 16 pick that with so much potential, Blain.
Newhook? Yeah.
Goalie?
Top 16 again.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. It is nice that he's been healthy for a while. And yeah, you can see how much of a difference he makes. You don't need guys putting up 50 goals. Like, everybody doesn't have to score. Somebody's got to play defense, and that guy plays defense, and he makes the other team pay. So it's important to have players like that. Newhook's another top 16 that kept getting hurt. The guy was on a 30-goal pace before he got hurt this season, and now he's back to where he was before. I think he's playing a little bit better now than he did at the start of the season. So having the team healthy and in relative decent health. I mean, there's bumps and bruises, but it doesn't look like anyone's fighting through any major injuries right now. So that's helping.
Another big game from Power Horse there. Josh Anderson. Nice to see him pop another one. He's just been he's been a force in this playoff. And you see him, who was it? Byram trying to chirp with him, and he's like,
shut up.
Yeah, shut up. Just like the Looney Tunes with the two dogs there. Yeah.
But it's another example of what Rick brought up at the start, is the confidence level. That shows the Canadians are confident in themselves, and they're ready. They're focused on the job at hand. While Buffalo is grabbing sticks and hitting themselves in the face to try and get a penalty. Their coaches whining to the press openly. Players are taking bad penalties, and they're chirping, just yelling at Dobesh after plays, after they snow him, and Dobesh walks away. The Canadians are not taking the bait.
No.
It just shows. That's why I think a major reason why they won.
You see Dobie smiling when he's watching all the scrum at the end there. Right?
Yeah.
It's funny how both teams feel the need to put out their biggest, ruggedest guys in the last shift there, right? Seems to be
you saw it coming. You saw that coming, and I knew it was going to be some silliness. And Montreal handled it well. They stood their ground, but they did nothing to make it drag on any more than it needed to, because they had nothing to gain by doing that. The one thing you were talking about Goalie, and I'm thinking that I think a lot of people look at Goalie and love his physicality and his defensive game, but Goalie, the thing with Goalie is that he's also a good enough skater to keep up with the fast guys too, and that makes me think of one aspect of the Montreal Canadiens that I really love right now, is that everybody has a secondary aspect to their game that makes them useful. Nobody's limited to one thing. Even Caulfield, who we looked at as a sniper. He's a pretty good puck distributor, and he gives a decent defensive effort. Anderson is bringing the physicality, defensive game. He's crashing the net and getting goals that way. It's like everybody on the team is finding a second way to help you. And that becomes such a headache for the opponent because there's nobody that you could say is predictable on this team. I don't know who's going to score next. I don't know who's going to make a great pass. I don't know who's going to crash the net. Anybody could do anything, it feels like, on this team. Even a Carrier a few times at the blue line, he surprised me with a little bit of stick handling and getting shots to the net. Not hard shots, but just shots to the net that could lead to a rebound. Catches me off guard, too. I go, where does this come from? It's so important in the playoffs. Depth in every aspect, in terms of production, in terms of role, in terms of just contributing to the team. Teams that win championship also have very, very good depth, and Montreal are showing that they have right now.
Blain?
I mean, Rick nails it. There's contributions from everybody in the lineup. Everybody is doing something. And if they can't do what their main job is, like you mentioned, Caulfield with his scoring, they're doing other things. Like Demidov, he's there for his offense mainly, but he was fighting for puck possession. He was playing well defensively. Yeah. Goalie was, clearing the front of the net, but he was also getting pucks up ice quickly. Carrier, you mentioned Bolduc. He's there to wind the other team up. He did that, but he was also playing good defensive hockey. Heck, Veleno even looked pretty good. And then Jackeye, of course, he played just under 7 minutes at even strength. And again, Greenway was completely muted just because he was there. But Jackeye also played well defensively. He didn't hurt the team in any way. He just made simple plays. So everybody was doing more than one thing.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the stats here. Matheson, didn't really notice Mike Matheson tonight, eh? And that's actually a good thing sometimes, some nights, right?
Yeah.
But he played 26 minutes again. Led everybody in ice time easily. Dobson too, they both didn't and I don't mind a defenseman that you don't notice. That can be a good thing. Lane, of course,
moved the puck really well.
Yeah, they did. Lane doing his magic in the offensive zone again. There, he's just what a playmaking defenseman he is. Nice to see Suzuki with 3 points. Slav 3 helpers, good for him. He doesn't look like he's been 100%, but he's led the Canadians in scoring chances in the playoffs. He's now up to 9 points in 12 games. Wait till he does get going. Demi had 5 shots on net tonight. That's not a surprise. Kirby Doc had 4, and I didn't mind Kirby's game again tonight. I thought he was engaged. Only 9:05 in ice time for Kirby. That they're, I guess, the de facto fourth line at this point. What did Veleno? Veleno even got more. He got 9:56 tonight. So good for him. 17:50 for Evans. Lane 20:33. So cut back on the ice time a bit on Lane. I don't mind that because he's putting in a lot of. Well, he skates so many miles each game too, right? So, but it looked like they cut back. Like even Nick 20:45. That's still a lot, but it's less than what he has been getting. I like to see. I like to see the minutes spread out a little more. Even Arbor got 7. Usually it's 6 or less. 7:16 tonight. So, little better distribution of the ice time tonight, Rick.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Grant, as you were telling me that, as you were saying to that Doc only had not a huge game in terms of minutes, like barely 9 minutes. He had 17 shifts, which is about, like the same thing as Demidov had, let's say.
Right.
So I think
Shorter
part of it
shift.
was, shorter shifts, getting the puck moving and getting out, where so Demidov would staying out there. So
Yeah.
the 9 minutes didn't concern me as much. Although I would like to see him, find ways to get deeper in the offensive zone, kind of add sustained pressure a little bit. I guess Kirby might have like a very, very good game once in a while, and then he's okay. But he was fine today.
Yeah.
But besides that, when you're leading by a few goals, that's one of the many advantages you have. You play a lot more stress free, and you're also able to distribute your minutes pretty well, and that was a huge advantage for Montreal. These are the kind of things that, as you go forward, become more important than we realize now.
Yeah. Well, a shot every 2 minutes or so is pretty good for Kirby. Like in 9 minutes, getting 4 shots on goal. I'll take that every.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Are you? You seem to be at a loss for words. Are you ready to pack it in there, my friend?
Yeah, I think so. I got a super early day again tomorrow, and
Okay.
the game took a lot out of me. There's a lot of pacing.
Yeah, I hear you. Heading to Hormuz in the morning or what?
No, thank God I don't have to deal with any of that garbage. Just I have other garbage I have to deal with.
Okay.
The normal, everyday kind of stuff.
Couple of people's feed freezing. Okay. Good stuff. Sorry about that, folks. It hasn't been freezing on my end, but not like it was earlier.
Oh,
okay,
God, no.
well, like the pregame show. What? Okay, well, we'll get you off then. Let me just click this. There we go. And okay, off to bed with you there, young fella. And
yeah, I'm gonna put on my Habs PJs and go to sleep.
Okay, man. Thanks so much for taking the time, and maybe we'll see you on Saturday.
Maybe.
Sudbury Saturday night.
I'll get my bingo dabber.
Okay, my friend. have a good one.
Talk to you guys later.
But
Blain Potvin, folks, the one and only. Just you and me now, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if we can't. There we go.
Oh, looks nice.
I've got a light that's burnt out here, so this, this works a little better for me. So, let's get to a few more questions here, and then we'll let you go too, Rick. I think Demidov got 2 goals tonight. Looked like Sabre defender's stick touched the puck and not Evans. Yeah, that's debatable, I guess. Really, he, if you want to look at it that way, 2 goals for Demi tonight, right?
He could have had like I said, he could have had like 2 goals and maybe 5 assists. He was so dominant that he was dominating Buffalo, but he was almost dominating his own teammates sometimes with it, making these clever plays that caught his own teammates off guard. They're gonna have to realize that Demidov is a special player. At any moment, a pass could come out of nowhere on their stick, so they have to be ready for it. But I say that in jest. It's important for Demi to have that big game. Spreads out the offense a little bit and just makes the Habs a better team.
Right on. Love that. Everyone contributes. Thanks, Blain. Berwick boy here. Okay. Berwick being I'm gonna presume Nova Scotia. Pretty good guess, eh?
Yes, sir.
Shorter careers, hard on the body, but respect the Warrior games. Somebody was saying that maybe Goalie went off kind of quickly to the room after the scrum, maybe hurt again, but let's keep our fingers crossed that Goalie is fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I know it's hard not to worry about Caden Goalie getting injured, but let's just positive energy here. Goalie's fine. Goalie's fine.
Yeah, I think he just probably got out of there quickly because maybe he was told by the refs to get the officials to get out of there because we don't
Yeah.
want this to go worse. So he just basically followed orders. Didn't want to be no reason for the Habs to cause anybody any aggravation at this point.
Yep.
That's why at the end I was telling my daughter, I said at the end, they're not going to start giving body checks or things like that. Buffalo's frustrated. You don't want to take it any further. Just keep away from any kind of scrum. You have nothing to gain from it.
Yeah. Douche saying Lindy's been pulling that BS in the media for 20 years. It's total nonsense and embarrassing. That's the definition of a joke. That's probably my favorite, Lindy. That call there, that's a definition of a joke right there. That's my favorite, Lindy. Hey, it's it's part of the mind games. You think, well, maybe we can get a call the next time, this and that. But I like how Marty handled it. Just we're not going to worry about that shit. Let's just win the friggin' hockey game, right?
Exactly.
3-0 Vegas. Thanks, Drum Dude. Looks like Anaheim's run is coming to an end. It's in Anaheim tonight, I guess, right? Game 6?
I think it is in Anaheim tonight. I think it is.
Yeah. Darren Pang, after third Buffalo goal, said MSL should pull Dovish next shift. He stoned Tage. Yeah. Thompson has really been held in check in this series, I think, for the most part. He's had some dominant games against the Habs before. That goal that he scored, that was a lucky bounce that went off the boards, and he just happened to be there. That at the start of the game a couple of nights ago, and then the one off the friggin' Zamboni door, right? Other than that, he's got 2 goals, but he looks like we've been hearing people talking about Slav. It looks like Slav might be playing with an injury or something. I don't know that Tage Thompson's 100%. And if he is, he seems to be a bit out of gas right now.
Yeah, he doesn't look like the same player at all. There's that second gear missing. That's what makes him so good. It's his size and the fact that he could move pretty quick for a guy his size, and he doesn't have any second gear right now. He gets by, but not good enough. But mentally, again, that stupid penalty that was pointless and just you just can't do stuff like that, and that has nothing to do with your injuries. That's just not taking yourself out of the game.
Yeah, Evans got the call tonight on the high stick.
Yeah.
Right in front of the ref. Hopefully Saturday night we're talking about how Montreal could beat Carolina. Yeah, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. I'm holding back, although it is in the back of my mind that hey, could be playing Carolina next. Let's hope so, but
yeah,
it's not. It ain't over till it's over, as Yogi Berra used to say. TNT announcers sounded pretty down when the tide turned. Music to my ears. Yeah. Slav could take lessons from Demi on blind passes. Yeah.
It's getting to the point where 95% of the league, if not 98% of the league, could take lessons from Demi at this point.
Yeah.
He's something else.
Yeah, it's crazy. What a game by him. There are not a lot of rookies that are doing a lot in the playoffs here, but he's definitely starting to step up. The 3 stars of the game, according to NHL.com: Suzuki 1, Slavkovsky 2, Demidov 3. Slav a 2nd star over Demidov? No, not tonight, folks. 3rd period, Buffalo had 20 shots on net. Montreal had 3.
Really? Wow.
Buffalo outshot Montreal 20-3, and Doby shut the door. No more 870 save percentages for for the Habs starting goalies anymore. Those days look to be over. Thank goodness.
Yes.
In December, would you have been say, well, don't worry about it. Dobie will have like a .920 save percentage in the playoffs and all, and he'll he'll be a star, and the Canadians will win a minimum of 7 games. I would have said you're nuts, but
yeah, I would have totally said that. The thing that happens that caught me a little bit off guard when it comes to Dobish is that your mental makeup tends to be pretty much your mental makeup. That doesn't change a whole lot, I think. And I was always worried about his mental makeup. I thought this guy gets discouraged a little easier, and now it's almost become a strength of his. He fights it off. He doesn't quit on anything. He doesn't get discouraged. He challenges people. I'm like, wow. I know he always had a bit of emotion in him, but the emotion was often not properly channeled, and he's grown so much in that sense. That properly using his emotion to be more effective is fantastic.
How many shots has Demidov gotten from the from the mid slot over the past 20 games? Not too many, right? No. It seems everything's always on the right hand side there. That one timer. Yeah. He does have a good shot, and we saw it on that goal. And where was it from? Mid slot. I'd like to see him get to the slot more, and not just be staying over on the right hand side. Get moving around more, and I think maybe Marty, that was one of the things that they maybe talked to him about is say, hey, get to the middle of the slot, get some shots from somewhere other than off the wing, because he does have a good shot. He does have a good wrist shot. It's probably better than his one timer, to be honest with you, and get it off more often. And because that was a goal scorer's goal, that shot.
Absolutely, for sure. Hopefully it'll give him confidence to do that more and more, and really keep that in mind when he plays and not get stuck too far away from the net.
Yeah. How about that 6 minutes defending at the end? I was expecting an open net goal, but damn, we managed to hold it for 6 minutes. Yeah, Slav. Will Slav ever score an empty net goal? I don't know. It's he gets the puck and just like he had lots of time there. Well, at least more time than he took. It was just get the puck and just shoot it. Eh, Slav. I don't know. I think he'll bump one off his butt or off his head or something into the net at some point. Maybe that'll change his luck when it comes to empty nets. But the poor guy just can't buy one with an empty net, can he?
Or the way this playoff season is going, when Montreal went through it against Tampa, he's going to bang it off a broken stick and it's going to go in, because
there you go.
Sticks have been helping Montreal so far.
There you go. And I was asking referee Dave Jackson, who was on a couple days ago. By the way, folks, that was one of the best guests that I've had in a long time. Yeah. And I really recommend watching that video. He was great to talk to. And I had lots of stuff to ask him, and it was a really good interview. And I don't blow my own horn that often when it comes to interviews, but this one is one that I recommend. If you didn't see it, that you tune in and watch it. It was a good chat, and I think I learned a lot about officiating, and he answered some of the questions that I've had, and with good explanations. So I highly recommend when you're done with this podcast tonight, when you get a chance, check out the interview with that I had with Dave Jackson.
It was really good. I really enjoyed that one a lot, Grant. Good stuff.
Yeah. Thanks, Rick. Sheldon, Demi, player of the game. I'm not complaining about Evans, but would have liked to see Cappy back with Demi. He knows where to go in the O-zone when Demi had the puck. Maybe next game, it would be smart to get, they got Veleno into the lineup eventually, right? They got Goalie into the lineup eventually after sitting for a bunch. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get Cappy a game, right? And they might consider that even for the next game, if not some point in the Carolina series, if they win. But just to have him sharp, they have an injury or whatever. You'd like to have Cappy ready and have at least played a game over the past few weeks. So I hope next game he gets in, but knowing Marty, he hasn't made any lineup changes through 5 games. They're up 3-2. They just won. I wouldn't be surprised if he went with the same lineup again Saturday night, Rick.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting too. Coaches don't want to change a winning recipe. They don't want to. It's hard to figure out who you take out. Really, I know. It's all we could say. Veleno also, and maybe feels like Veleno has played his game at least the best way he knows how. It might also be a situation too where Marty St. Louis being really cerebral might decide that for this playoff series, maybe it's better not to change the lineup. But then if they make it through and they play Carolina, it might decide, you know what? There's a playoff for Kapanen. Let's get him in now. It might just be situational that way too. I don't know what his plans are, but yeah, for sure. I'm hoping to see Kapanen soon. I think he's going to have a ton of he's going to be moving his feet like crazy. He's got to be wanting to play. He's had a good long rest now. He's not exhausted anymore. I hope he gets to play.
Yeah. Player of the game was I think it was Demi all day, but a couple of people mentioning Hudson. I would have had Hudson and Demidov as the star 1 and star 2, and I don't know, for third star, maybe Suzuki with his 3 points. What about you, Rick? What would you say were the 3 stars for you tonight for the Habs?
For sure, Demidov first, and I would say Hudson second, because he was that pass that led to Anderson's goal that he did was amazing. Beautiful. And that got the Habs rolling. So I think that it's that point that goal that he created was so important to the team that it deserves a star on its own. I think there's an argument to be made that maybe I would have given it to Dobie, because at the end of the game they were faced a lot of shots, and he, there wasn't, everything was there, and maybe he would have deserved it.
Yeah, no, that's good. That thought came to my mind as well. Habs Unfiltered. Who the hell is that? Are the Sabres okay after diving onto a frozen pool? Yeah. Poulin is insane. Clutchest hockey player I've ever seen, male or female. She is Captain Clutch for sure. I still can't believe how quickly this team is becoming a contender, says Kenny. Well, I'm not that surprised. I still say anybody can win the East, and Montreal's a game away from being in the Eastern Final. Yeah, it's going to be tough against a team that in the modern playoff format is the first to sweep their first 2 series. But I also think these 10-day layoffs or whatever the hell it is, that can work against you a little bit too. I don't think Montreal, if they can wrap it up, Rick, on Saturday night, I don't think they'll start the next series like they did against Buffalo, where it was just, there was so much intensity in Game 7, going 7 games against Tampa, and then just sort of being a couple nights later having to start the next series of being completely different, and just there was a letdown. I think if the Habs can wrap it up on Saturday night in Montreal, that we won't see that same letdown against a Carolina team that may not be overly sharp at the being off so long without playing a game.
Yeah, and it's not only
I
about
hope.
being, if Montreal make it, of course, but it's not only about being, not sharp from a long layoff, if you will, or not having played for a while. But no, they didn't get any pushback up so far from anybody. Like Ottawa was just not
Right.
very good during the playoffs. Philadelphia was not very good against Carolina, and maybe Carolina will be caught off guard when somebody answers back a little bit and could take the game to them. Could have a goaltender that could carry the team almost on his back. We don't know how they're going to react to that. They haven't faced any adversity yet, and Montreal could give them a ton of it. So yeah, it's not going to be as simple for Carolina as it was against Philadelphia and Ottawa. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Rick. We're almost an hour in here. We'll let you go, my friend. Any
Right.
parting words?
No, I think we've said it all. Thanks again to all the people on chat. I'm always so impressed by the quality of their comments, and boy, quality people, very knowledgeable. And it was a great win for the Habs. They keep showing great stuff, and boy, is it fun to be a Montreal fan this time of the year.
Yeah. Geez, those Sabre fans that keep showing up when the Sabres win, just for some reason, just are nowhere to be found after a Habs win. What's up with that, Rick?
Great question, Grant. I don't know. They've gone away, I guess. They dove off. They've dove off the chat.
Oh man! All right, Rick. Thanks as always. And
Thank you.
Saturday night, if you're not, sounds like you're going to be home. We might have to have you on, my friend.
Thank you. I'd love to, man. Have a great night.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Bye. Rick Springhetti, folks. I won't do my Rick Springhetti impersonation tonight. That was for earlier. Spoolie says Fire Wagon Hockey is back, baby. One more win, s'il vous plaît. Yes. Buffalo were good in the first game. We gave the puck away a ton, but we took over hard in the second. Oh, in the first, sorry. Yes. Yeah. The first few minutes, they had some push, but we haven't seen Buffalo play a 60-minute game in this series. They're gonna have to do it. They're back. Hey, their backs are against the wall. Season's on the line. Don't expect them to be a pushover back in Montreal. You know, when a team's got elimination game, right? Look for them. Look for them to maybe play their best 60 minutes on Saturday night, and the Habs will have to be ready for it. Sabres have talent, but not playing a solid team game. No, not overly. I agree with that. Haven't been impressed with Sabres structure. I agree, Sheldon. Marty definitely has the Habs playing solid playoff hockey. Yeah, I think he's been he's outcoached Lindy. I really think so. Great shot by Demi. Must have felt like 500 pounds off his back. I know, hey. Absolutely. Oh, Don H. $20. Hey, Don. My wife and I really enjoy your show. An honest assessment and discussion of the Habs, win or lose. Thank you, Don. I really appreciate that. By the way, I might seem like I have a bit of a glow here about me today. One of our lights is just the lamp is not working, so I'm gonna have to get a new lamp here. And you know what? Maybe this $20 donation will put us aside towards the lamp. So I really appreciate the contribution there, Don. It's really appreciated. I might get another ring light. Maybe that'll work. 2 ring lights might do the trick here, as opposed to a lamp. But thank you. Hey, I'm glad to, people. I know there's people that tune in that don't come on the live chat, and it's always neat. I never get tired of the compliments. Thank you so much, and I'm glad to hear Did you and your wife tune in and watch the show? Where's Brian tonight? Germain, are you out and about, my friend? Jackson talking about the old SO NHL stickers was a trip down memory lane. Refs are human. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying, Spoolie. Like, they should do more interviews. Like, you got to know Kerry Fraser, right? With all the media stuff he did after he was retired, and not enough of them do it, I don't think. And even when they're still still officiating, I think that they should do it more often. Voodoo Pork Chop agrees. 93, 48, 75. Yeah, I like Goalie again tonight. He's just he's playing solid. Anderson, love Josh Anderson's game. It's kind of a underrated game he plays, but no empty net goals at 6-3. Don't want to stop the clock. Yeah. The lack of love for Dobie hurts. He is my number one. There you go. Well, yeah. Hey, 31 saves in a row. Definitely, absolutely deserves, at the very least, if not the top three players, honorable mention. But I'd say, the more you think about it, definitely, I'd give him one of the 3 stars. Hudson Pasta Anderson was amazing in Montreal. Never looked behind after that. Yeah. Guys, I said last night I'd like to see Cappy in, but I don't think it'll happen. I still would, but still don't think Montreal will put him in. Marty will put him in. Can't see him changing anything at this point. Probably not. Thank you, Drum Dude. One of my favorite interviews in a long time was the one with former NHL referee Dave Jackson, who's from Point Claire, by the way, and grew up a Habs fan. He's allowed to say it now. I found Dave to be a one of the better officials in his day. Like when I knew that Dave Jackson was reffing a game, I didn't have a big issue. Not like Garrett Rank or Chris Lee or a few names like that. Dobie looks like he's a real deal. What helps him a lot is that he's so big and so takes up a lot of space in front of the net. Yeah. Habs for life. If we win Saturday, 3rd round start Monday night, did the Habs will the Habs have an extra resting day? I think they probably would start it Tuesday. Maybe, I know they don't want to leave Carolina out too long, but I mean, hey, if it went to 7 games, it wouldn't be starting till Thursday or whatever anyways, right? So, or Wednesday. So, good question. I think perhaps they'd give them 2 days. And don't forget they'd have to travel to Carolina. I'd be thinking it would probably start on Tuesday, but it's a good question. Again, we can't get ahead of ourselves here. Series isn't over yet, till you win that fourth one, right? 30 straight saves. I think it was 31 straight saves after the 3 goals. But it might have been 30. Did I have a long freeze again? Yeah. 10:42. All right. Probably Lions Saturday. If you're flipping back and forth between your goalies in a playoff series, it's generally not a good sign. No, that's true. Lindy on the road, rough at home. Rough. Thank you, Paul Boardman. I'm a punster, so I don't keep them coming, folks. It's not looking in too good, as I said. Lindy trying to get that WWE heat. Paul, I agree. Goalie, beast. Safe to say, Luukkonen doesn't have a future in Buffalo. Yeah. Hopefully the Habs bury Lyon in the next game. I guess Lyon gets the start, right? I don't think they'll go with Devon Levi. Grant to Montreal Fund, please match. Let's support this journey. Do what you can do. Oh, yeah. Get back to Montreal for the next round. We'll see. I hope so. I'll see if I can't get something set up for a pre-game, post-game show again in the next round if they make it. Mind you, the bars won't need me taking. They'll be full anyways, but who knows? Stu at McLean's Public House, great guy, and Rod too at Hurley's Irish Pub. Great. It was a great time down there. How many people wanted Demi off the power play? Dobie pulled Marty. Patience paid off. Yeah. Well, wanted Dobie off the power play because he wasn't, he was just doing the same thing over and over again. I want Dobie on the power play if he mixes it up, and he did tonight. So, yeah, Dobie off the power play if they weren't going to change it up and not just have him doing those one-timers on the right side because they weren't working. So glad that they got him moving around and not just taking the slap shots because he does have a great wrist shot. He scores most of his goals on his wrist shot. So good to see him getting a wrist shot off in the friggin' slot for a change because he's got a good one. But yeah, hey, as I said, John, earlier, Marty's more patient than I am. That's a good thing. Question for Grant. Grant still here? Yeah, he's here. Who do you want as Demi's center next year? I'm talking outside the current roster. Well, I don't know. Do they have to really change things up? What if they win a cup this year? Do they have to get him a center? Okay, so I can't say Kapanen. I don't know. Right now this isn't good question, but in the middle of the playoffs here, it's not something. It's something that I'll ponder in the off season. A lot will depend on how far they go here in the playoffs, and how Kirby looks over the next few weeks. Does Cappy get back in the lineup? I know I don't want it to be Jake Evans next year. Mind you, Jake's playing great. I just don't think that Jake Evans is a second line center. So you're asking, like, do I think that they should get pick up a second line center in the offseason? Maybe. But again, I think, right now is not the time to be pondering that too deeply, I don't think. Thanks for the question. No counting chickens. Things change in the playoffs from game to game. Need to really bear down Saturday. Yeah, well, teams typically when their backs are against the wall, play their best game. Dovish didn't get yanked, and that's how you prove trust in your goalie. There you go. Latowski called up Marciano, who said keep Dovish in after third goal. Marty went with that decision. Good call, I'd say, because Buffalo's going to have a tough call on who to start. We got Dobie. Yeah. Kirby, Doc. I'd like to see Kirby playing with Demidov. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it at some point this spring, but Don H, I actually met you during an Ottawa 67s game a few years back. Oh yeah? Oh, that's pretty cool. I've met quite a few Habs fans in Ottawa recently, and they recognize me and say, "Hey, are you Grant McCagg?" Yeah, that's me. We have a good chat. I even I met one today wearing a Habs jersey, but that's pretty cool, Don. That we met at a 67s game. I would have been scouting. Hey, I appreciate the support. I'll say it again. Making the playoffs against Washington last year is why the Habs are stable to cut through the chaos, are able to cut through the chaos. And this way they're ahead of Buffalo, who seem out of sorts, went down. Hey, guess what though, eh? Next year, if Buffalo's in the playoffs, they'll be more prepped for it. It's hard to beat playoff experience. It really is. It's such a that's why it was important for Montreal to make the playoffs last year, even if they only played 5 games. It was it let them know, hey, it's the second season, right? Or Gretzky would have called it the third season, with the finals being the fourth. Yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely. I need to get. I need to give our sponsors a shout out here. Just thought of it. Thank you. Let me just get that banner up here for Next Level Hockey, and we'll give them a little shout out here. The Next Level Hockey, specialists in hockey development, trusted by NHL prospects. Whether you're looking to elevate your shooting, skating, stick handling, or overall game, NLH is here to take your game to the next level. Visit them at nextlevelhockey.com and follow their Instagram, which you see below there, at nextlevelhockey_, for daily tips, posts, and updates. If you or someone you know have young, aspiring hockey players who want to elevate their game, trust Next Level Hockey to guide them forward. Next Level Hockey. It's in the name. And of course, my friends, Caveman Chris at Bonashare Caves. Folks, opening this weekend, May 24th, open right through till Thanksgiving. So what a spectacular tourist attraction. I think it's the best one in the Ottawa Valley. Maybe I'm a little biased because Chris and I are buddies, but no, I've been on the tour and it's great. The staff is absolutely wonderful. Chris is the most effervescent guy you'll ever come across. If you go, ask to say good day to Caveman Chris, and he will talk your ear off, talk hockey. It's a private family-owned business run by hockey fans, and he is a major one. So he's probably, 67 now or so, plays hockey like 5 times a week, cycles, cross-country skis, you name it, just a active fella, most enthusiastic, nicest guy you'll ever come across. So do me a favor if you want to go. I think we're all kind of looking to go to tourist attractions in Canada because of several reasons these days. Hey, it's an hour from Ottawa. Beautiful, great visit. Book your tour today. Actually, you don't book it. It's first come, first serve. You just go, and they'll get you in. And beautiful spot right by the Bonashare River. I highly recommend it. Everyone, Bonnechere Caves, Eganville, Ontario. Opening this weekend for the season. And all right. We got some more comments coming in. Now, the nervous bit. Take it day to day, hour to hour, more like minute to minute. Apologies to Jim Morrison. Yeah. Did our number 93 find his lane from now on? Ooh. Good one. Staying out of the box tilts the ice in your favor. Our young players learned that tonight. Yeah. Sage words from our Uncle B. Yeah. I didn't freeze, guys. Sometimes I'm really still. See that? Habs are 7-1 all-time at home in Game 6s in the playoffs when leading a series 3-2. All-time? They've only played 8 series at home in Game 6s when they're up 3-2. I have a hard time believing that they've only played 8 Game 6s at home in the playoffs through their illustrious history. But if you say so, that's a good record there, Pro 16K Bo. Thank you. Never count these kids out. People worrying a bit about Mr. Goalie. Byram, the high-sticking king. The guy is so dirty. Yeah. Fans that wanted to get rid of Goalie, how dumb do they sound now? Oh. Well, get rid of Goalie and then you need 2 goalies, right? They still need another goalie. As you get rid of the goalie, then you need 2 goalies, and that would be ghoulish. No. And who do the Habs, the Sabres start in net for their most important game of the season? Mark, we can trade him. We can trade him Monty, Rick. Yeah. I don't know. The Lion sleeps tonight. Not going to sleep too well tonight because we'll be worried about having to face that vaunted Habs Firewire wagon hockey. 2 6-goal games and a 5-goal game out of their last 4. You gotta like it. Cool guy says you gotta figure Habs win at 6 now. Well, I'm hoping. I'm certainly not going to anoint them as of yet, but it's I'm very positive. I think that the Habs can wrap it up, and hopefully they do. If they don't, it's Game 7s can go any way, man. So there's pressure. Yeah, there's pressure on Buffalo, but there's pressure on the Habs to slam the door at home in front of an absolutely bonkers Bell Center crowd. Suzuki admitted the crowd was a bit unnerving last game when they drowned out the anthem. Let's dial it back from 11 until the buzzer at least. No, I don't think so. Loud and proud from the get-go. You can't tell the Bell Center crowd to quiet down, especially as the further they go along here. No, the Trolls never show up after a game like this. No, where are they? Foot on the neck, gotta close it. No messing around. Going back to Buffalo. No. Folks, hit the like button. Mark, you still on here? Can you tell me how many people have liked this episode. I want it to be over 100 before I friggin' pack it in. I only brought one beer, so let's get hitting those like buttons, folks. If I were to guess, I'd say we've got about 70 likes so far. Would that be accurate? And you know what you do here, right? Just get out of chat for a second, hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. Let's get it up to 100 here. Get that algorithm just rolling. We've got 116 people still here tuning in. That's a good number. Thank you everyone that's been supporting me all year. I started this up in September, and it's safe to say first year has been a success, and that's thanks to you folks. Going out on a limb and saying it will not take Demi another 16 games to score again. Yeah, I would take that bet. Anaheim scored 3-1. I hope they can. It'd be cool if they got it to overtime at least. Go Anaheim, go! I'm not cheering for Vegas. Demi has actually been playing very well. Just great to see one finally going for him. Hey, he's been competing. Demidov says the hockey gods were with him tonight. He expects to score in every game, 100%. Demi was playing well, even without having the goals to show for it. Hopefully this only adds to his confidence. I said 70 likes, 69. Ooh, I was way off, eh? So many red jerseys at Key State tonight. Yeah. The way Demi wanted that puck tap in the stick, he knew he was going to get one. He was feeling it tonight. Yeah, and in the right spot. And taking a wrist shot. He's got a great wrist shot. I'm so glad to see the him utilizing that wrister. That's great. So yeah, absolutely. 69 likes, eh? Well, folks, start hitting that like button, please, and thank you. Let's get up the. Let's have another quick look at the stats here. See if anything really jumps out. One power play tonight, minute 33. So you know what happened. You know what that means, right? They scored minute 33 into the only power play. Good for them. Shorthanded. Matheson leading the way. Goalie 3 minutes. Evans 3:31. Solid. They've been really solid on the PK. It just doesn't feel like Buffalo's going to score on the power play. I mean, they scored that on the 4-minute power play last game with that fluke goal from Thompson, but their power play has really not been overly effective. And of course, you have to give the Habs a lot of credit for that. Somebody was saying, how the hell does Slav get 3 points and -1? Well, you know, that line actually got hemmed in their own zone quite a bit. That's, you know, but nice to see Cole get a even strength goal. And, you know, yeah, they did struggle a bit defensively, but they did get an even strength goal, and I think it's going to lead to bigger and better things as we go along here. Thankful for Marty teaching them, making them be better. Yeah, making me better. learning to be a little more patient, have a little more faith in those guys. But I still want Cappy in for a game. Hey, as president of the Oliver Kapanen fan club, it's my duty. I feel it's my duty. Caulfield scores 5-on-5. People can stop talking about that now. Well, goals in 3 straight games, right? Yeah. Stop talking about it. It can, and you know what? When he doesn't have that pressure on him, look out. Cole, Saturday night, Montreal. I have a feeling that it's going to be 4 straight games that Cole scores goals, and maybe more than one on Saturday night. It's something about Saturday night and Cole Caulfield. They appear to go hand in hand. So I had a feeling Anderson was going to score tonight. Yeah. Well, hey, he's deserved it, my friend. J-Fed. 5-1. Was looking at Demidov as well. Didn't pull the trigger. Just Montreal to win. Right on. No, it was a grand game by the Habs. Early on, you're thinking, oh boy. But I never did have the feeling that they were in trouble. I mean, scoring that goal right after the Texier goal was pretty important, right? And it also made me think, okay, this is going to be a bit of a crazy game. And Dobie shut the door after that. And credit to the Habs for tightening up the defense in the second half there. But Dovish deserves a lot of credit, obviously, too. So I'm just going to check here. 71 likes. Okay. I am going to click on that and make it 72. We only have 28 likes to go here, folks, to get to 100. So that would be nice. Hype it if you're on your phone. Like it. Subscribe if you haven't already. All that good stuff. It all does me a world of good. Brian, I was hoping to see Brian show up tonight. It was nice to see Germain back in the live chats. That's a great thing. How many people we've had? 1,300. 776 people have checked in the last hour. 1,300 total on YouTube tonight. Like that number. Thank you, everyone. But 1,300 people, 70 likes. That's 5%, right? 5% of you hitting the like button. Just take that couple of seconds to hit the like button, and we're all good. Oh boy. Donnie just gifted 10 recruits Habs cast memberships. Wow. Thank you, Donnie. That's you were overly generous, my friend. Thank you. Seeing how Habs were not able to score in an empty net for 6:30, maybe Sabres should consider removing their goalie at the start of the match and play the whole game 6-on-5. Yeah, well, I'm sure Lindy will. That'll be part of their discussion. Kevin, 96. Is Hudson, Dovish, or Suzuki the current Habs Conn Smythe pick? Oh, there you go, eh? I would have Anderson and Goalie in the conversation just as much as Suzuki for me. I think that they're all in the conversation. But Hudson Dobish, I guess, would be the front runners at this point. We build this, respect your views. Thank you, Don. Thank you very much. What do other people have to say here about that? Conn Smythe so far. Hey, there's a nice Let Us Pray. G-Man in Vermont. Are you in Vermont, G-Man? My coach, midget hockey, called me G-Man. My nickname was Turnbuckle, though. My teammates called me Turnbuckle. Anytime I still see them, Turnbuckle, how's it going, Turnbuckle? It was a cool nickname. Of course, Newhook too. Yeah. Scoring 6 goals. I guess you got to give him some. You got to give Newhook some props, right? Scored the big one against Tampa, or they wouldn't be where they are right now. So that's a good point. They were good on faceoffs again. Yeah. Montreal, since they got Phil Deneau, it's not just Deneau, it's the whole team has improved. And you got to give some kudos to Phil. I bet you he's been giving them lots of mentorship, all of the guys in the face-off circle. Kenny has a 4:30 wake-up call, time for bed, but it's a satisfying day after that game. Have a good night, Grant, and all the great Hab fans that chat here. Absolutely, folks. I'm out of beer here. I should have got 2. Folks want to do this for a bit longer. If you do, I'll have to go get another pint. That's all there is to it. You guys drive me to drink. Yeah. Just going to check the likes here again, see if my little push, usually that gets a little bit of a momentum swing. Hopefully we're up over 80 now. 79. Okay. As anyone that's a regular on here knows, I like to get to 100 before I pack it in, but I'm perilously close to being out of beer here. The Connie Smith. If Hudson wins the Connie Smith, he wouldn't be the youngest. Record goes to Patty Waugh at 20 years of age. Yeah, there you go. Well, folks, I was just told by Uncle B to go get another pint. Anybody else in for hanging out for a bit, or do you want to pack her in? Might be a hot take, but I think the Habs are best equipped team to beat Colorado. That's really looking ahead, eh? Yeah, maybe. I think they played with Colorado, right, in the regular season. I like Colorado. I don't know, like, their top line obviously is just out of this world. Like, their top 6 players or whatever, but further down the lineup, it's good, but it's certainly not infallible. Like, they're beatable. They can be beat. I didn't think Minnesota gave them a really good run, and they were without Eriksson Ek and Brodin, and, so their goaltending has been exposed a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I just I think they can be beat. And Montreal, skill-wise, is right there with any team in the NHL. So maybe Carolina's tough to beat in a 7-game series. Yeah, Carolina will be tough to beat. There's no doubt about that. I mean, you win, you go 8-0 to start the playoffs. Yeah. Whoever ends up playing them is going to have their hands full. Absolutely. They've got a good crowd too. Say what you want about Carolina, but it's a good crowd. Well, listen, since Donnie, since you gifted 10 friggin' memberships, I'm gonna hang in here for a bit longer. I'll go get a pint. What the hell? We're celebrating tonight, folks. So let me just find this, my favorite here. And I will be right back. Habs in 6, baby. Cheers. All right. Keep the comments coming here, folks. I don't have a lot more to say other than, talking to you. So ask me some questions. Anyone got anything to say about Pronman's draft list? I could get me going. I don't know. Looking for attention, I guess. Putting 3 defensemen at the top. I'm going to have 3 forwards at the top of my rankings, and he's got 3 defensemen. McKenna's 1. Like you can't. That's a joke. Put him 4th overall. Like, come on. He's going first. 4th. Like, come on. This isn't a Shane Wright. He's not Shane Wright, folks. Yeah, Smith's at 2nd. I mean, Smith's is a hell of a good defenseman, man. Like, he's going to be a really solid defenseman, but offense, who knows how much offense is there. So you don't, shut down defenseman. I don't care how good you are. You don't rank him 2nd overall. I like Schmitz, and Verhoff. You got Schmitz and Verhoff ahead of McKenna, and they neither may not be in my top 7, let alone second and third overall. I like Reed, but he's not my top defenseman either. So, Vigo, Bjork, keep an eye on Bjork. He's going to be at the World Championships here coming up. Absolutely love the guy. He is playing. He's going to be at the World Championships. It's his draft year. Just turned 18. He's on the first PK or the second PK. He's on the power play. Top 2 center on Sweden's World Champ, like at the World Championships in his draft year. Center. This is like unprecedented. Like Henrik Sedin's the only one that close to doing that, and even he wasn't on the power play PK. When I see lists where Bjork isn't like top 7, top 8, it's like, what? This guy is the real deal. He's 5'9.5" or 5'10". Big deal. He's got it all. The guy is stud. Fast, smart, highly competitive, super skilled, has always put up piles of points. Two-way center. He's if Calgary gets him at 6, he's their future number 1 center. My neighbor lives across the road. He we talk. He's from Calgary, and who do they get? Well, hey, if friggin' Bjork's there at 6 for Calgary, run to the stage and pick this kid. But the World Championships coming up, keep an eye. Everyone's going to be looking at Stenberg, obviously, and I've got him top 3, but Bjork, he's right there. And obviously Malhotra had a really good playoff, and he's in the mix for the top 4 as well. But to have 3 defensemen at the top of the draft, it's probably going to be the opposite. At least two forwards in the top 3. I don't think it's, you can try to get cute with it, but at the end of the day, McKenna, Stenberg, and for me, Bjork, but also Malhotra's in that mix. Love Carson Carls. Anyway, I'll be doing a lot of once the Habs season's over, so it may not be very long that I'm really devoting a lot of time to the draft, but I will. I'm always talking to my scouting buddies, and I am watching stuff. I watched Bjork again today. They've been playing in some tournament. They just played in a tournament, tune-up. By the way, Barkov's playing in the World. He just played in this tune-up tournament too. So nice to see him back, back playing, and he'll be playing for Finland at the World Championships. So more good hockey coming up, folks. Is McKenna that good? Well, he's good enough to be first overall in this draft. I wouldn't, there's no Matthew Schaefer's in this draft class. Yeah, he's good. Maybe too early for this conversation, but do you think the Sharks go for a need and take a D-man at 2? Well, yeah, they could. I think they need to take a D-man. Maybe they even consider moving down a couple spots, right? Last year they needed to take a D-man, I thought, and they ended up taking Misa. And this year, again, it's even more of a need, I think. So I think, yeah, that they if they've got a D-man in their top three, take one. Take one at 2, unless they've got a real gap between. But you know, I can't see them like they took Eklund a couple of years ago, 5'11" winger. They took Will Smith, who is basically a 5'11" winger. Will they take another 5'11" winger in Stenberg at 2 overall? Probably not. So it'll be interesting to see what, maybe a team moves up and they go down a couple of spots. There's 5 really good defensemen, maybe 6, that could all go top 10, but they may not go in the top 3. So it might be wise to move down a couple spots and take one of them, get another asset, take another defenseman. That's where they need to build. Never been a fan of average slow skating defensemen going high in the draft. Usually a top pairing D-man in the modern game is an elite skater. You think that Schmitz is slow skating then? I like Schmitz quite a bit. I think he could play, if not next year, the year after. But second overall, it's a little rich, I think. Do I think that the Canucks bring in the Sedin brothers to co-president the team, helps them in their rebuild? Oh, did they do that? I missed that. I wasn't on social media this afternoon. Geez, a lot of teams doing that former star thing, like Sundin, Toronto. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, I guess it worked with Sakic in Colorado, right? But yeah, the Sedin brothers to co-president the team. I don't know. Engstrom replace Arbor. Need someone who could skate puck out of their own zone, have stuck in D zone too much still. Reinbacher or Engstrom. Possibility. Buffalo hasn't really been overly physical in this series. Maybe they consider having maybe they consider it. I wouldn't I thought about it, but if it were up to me, they still have 2 right defensemen and 4 left. I'd consider Reinbacher maybe before Engstrom, but it's a good question. Canucks named Sedins as co-presidents. Am I the only one who finds it hilarious that they can't separate them as 2 different people? Wherever one goes, the other has to follow, right? Just like the Ruck brothers. Are they going to get drafted to the same team this year? Stay tuned. Maybe Vancouver drafts them. The Sedin twins say, we need the Ruck twins. Engstrom is not better than Jack Struble at NHL level at the moment. Yeah, playoff hockey. It's a big ask. Arbor's playing okay. Don't take Arbor out against this team. You do that and you open the door to a lot of BS. Other teams turn the puck over more than he does. I think Arbor's been fine in the playoffs the last month, really. And yeah, I don't change the defense at this point. What profile of player the Habs should target with their first 2 rounds pick? little early. I mean, personally, if he's there, and if the Habs, of course, if the Habs win, that's the other thing, right? They're picking the bottom. They're picking in the last four, right? If they advance to the semifinals, so they'd be picking 28th, 29th, 30, 29, 30, 31. 28, 29, 30, or 31. Ottawa's picking 32. So if they can beat Buffalo, they'll be picking somewhere between 28 and 31, right? If he's there, Ignatavicius, man, he's my guy. I hope that they can snag him. And if he's there, like, I don't know, if he hasn't been taken by the early 20s, the Habs under the new management under Hughes has shown that they will. Oh, it's funny. The Ruck brothers, great minds think alike. I didn't see this. Robbie. But yeah, I was just commenting on that. The Ruck twins. Look for them to try to pick up both of them. I'd move up if early 20s, if Ignatavicius is still there. I'd move up to take him. I think he's the perfect fit for Montreal's middle six, and only a year or two away. So Caulfield passed the mojo to Ivan. Those Buffalo Maple Leafs don't stand a chance. There you go. That's why Montreal went with brains with Hugo Bow. I did not think, Hugo Bow. Bobrovov, Gorton, and Hughes. Hugo Bow. There you go. Kyle Dubas strongly suggested in his presser he'd explode his core this summer. Curious to see at which extent. Okay. Yeah. Well, you got to think that the Habs are a desirable landing spot for couple of certain vets on the Penguins. Imagine if we had traded for Nyes this year. Yeah. Maybe the losing would rub off, and it would have had an adverse effect. Go get me Iggy. Yeah. This guy I want. He's a beast. Big, strong boy. Lithuanian. Strong man. We'll take a highly educated GM who was a former player agent, knows both sides of the game, over a former player with all those bumps to the noggin. There you go. Team with a 2C, if there's any available, wins the East next year. This team with a 2C. We'll see. They're on the rise. They might win the East this year. Oh, yeah. Guess talking about Iggy. I like Dagenet in the late first if he's there. I don't think he's going to be in the late first, though. Kev. He probably goes 15 to 25 somewhere. But the Habs might be picking it, might be picking at 25 yet. We'll see. Or 23, or here's hoping that they're picking after 27. After 30, actually. 31. Love how in a few years this team is going to be 90% homegrown. Yeah, Mark likes Mark likes the homegrown too. Hey, Mark, you still here, buddy? Hey, Grant, if Montreal beat Buffalo, do you think they have a chance with Carolina, who will be rested? Yeah, absolutely. Lots of teams that have had 10-day breaks don't end up winning the next series. Uh, Montreal will be the more banged up team, sure, but they're relatively healthy right now. Healthiest they've been all season. Nobody's going down. Keep the fingers crossed. Yeah, they hung with them. They beat them up. Actually, one game this season. What was their record against Carolina? Here I am looking ahead, eh? But this is if they win. Look at the schedule and results here. Hard not to look a little bit ahead, eh, folks? Hey, we're allowed to dream. All right. Yeah, beat them 7-5. Remember that one? Bussy, who was like had only lost one game or none at that point in his career, got lit up. First game they played against them, beat them 7-5. And beat them 5-2 and beat them 3-1. So, if I'm not mistaken, the Habs were 3-0 against Carolina this year. 3-1, 5-2, 7-5. So, hey, why not? Why can't they beat them? They match up. They seem to match up pretty well against them. So, 4-1 Vegas. Okay. Shout out to our leadership, Gordon Hughes and Marty. Needless to say, we wouldn't be here without them. Yeah. And Marty being Marty Lapointe, too, if you want to. People always mention, and I know I've said it before, but people always mention Bob Rov instead of Marty when it comes to drafting. But Marty Lapointe, man, it's not just coincidence that since he has been part of the scouting staff, the scout, they picked a lot of really good players. Like he was there for the Caulfield pick, right? The Goalie pick. Mayu at 31, even at the time. You obviously had to question it, but I mean, he was a good pick at that point. Kapanen, the 60s, Strubs in mid-second round, Dobish, on and on. 83 likes. Come on, folks. Are we not going to get up to 100 here? Hit that like button. I've had 1,600 people tune in, and only 83 of you have hit the like button. Drive me to drink, I swear. Any of the teams, 5%, 1 in 20 people that watch, that come to the YouTube, hit the like button. Not good. Any of the 16 teams can beat anyone. That's what makes NHL playoffs great. And the parity, too, right? Montreal's a 106-point team. Of course they can win. 87 would be the perfect 2C, while H, Cappy developed their all-round games more. Yeah, he wouldn't be too bad a mentor either, right? Sure, it would be fantastic to get Sid the Kid. End his career, Montreal, last 5 years, win 3 cups. Sure, I'm in. Listen, if you had Sid Crosby on this team for the next 5 years, wow. Mind you, if they did get 87, Kevin, Hage and Kapanen are, at least one of those guys will no longer be in the Habs organization, I don't think. I don't understand why the Leafs would want to trade Nyes. He's their best young player. Yeah. And it's a whole new management group too, right? Just because one management group apparently was trying to trade him does not mean that the next group will feel the same way. I mean, that's the exact type of player they need to help them get over the top eventually here. Is nice, and they're going to trade? Doesn't make sense. Rather the blood's still fresh than all scabbed over. Keep the momentum going. Yeah. 4-1 Vegas. Yeah, well, I guess Vegas again. I do not like that organization. I'm sorry. Nothing about it. Marner, another goal. Another goal and assist for Mitch Marner, who, couldn't do it in the playoffs, eh? Unlike Austin Matthews. What's Marner up to in points now? This playoff. 16 going into tonight. 16 points. Or did he have 14? Just want to check this. 16 points. Leads all. Leading scorer, Mitch Marner, who they threw his jersey on the ice, and that's how clueless they are. Unbelievable. So 16 points. What's the most points that Austin Matthews ever got in a playoff season? Just out of curiosity. Game Center. I just want to look at this. All right, so he's got 18 points, 7 goals, 11 assists. All right. Well, I'm pretty damn sure that Austin Matthews never came close to 18 points in a playoff series, but I'm going to, just out of curiosity, did he even hit half of that? But it was Mitch that had to go, right? The most points by Austin Matthews in a playoff, in a postseason was 11 so far. And Marner is already up to 18, and he's going to at least double that. Looks good on Leaf Nation, right? Robert Greco. Any news? Is Doan still on life support? Man, oh man, they had the nerve to talk about embellishment, and then that one, like, stick got just massaged his cheek, and he just, ooh. Don't know how Sundin will look Matthews in the eye wearing mats. See, Yeah. I suspect Anderson is playing through something. His hitting hasn't been as big since early in the Tampa series. Well, he's playing he's doing all right. Hugo Bo Po sounds like a full restaurant, but it works. Okay. Hugo Bo Po. Sorry, what's Po? Marty LaPo? Po. What? Marie-Philippe Poulin? Looked like a triage unit. A couple of eliminated teams have disclosed their injuries. Flyers had a bunch of players playing with major injuries, broken bones. Oh, yeah? What about Michkov? Was he injured? Just his pride. I doubt Crosby would ever leave Pitt. Probably not. What do you think Malkin with Demidov for a year or two? Yeah. Yeah. Do they resign Doc? Yes. They absolutely do resign Kirby Doc. Won't have to be a big contract. So, and they traded quite a bit to get him. So, just mid-20s, second year after a major injury is usually you're fully recuperated. He'll be at a cheap price. Absolutely. You re-sign Kirby Doc. 92 likes so far. We got 8 more to go, folks. 8 more before I sign off here. It's already midnight, and I haven't hit 100 likes on the night that the Habs are within a game of reaching the Eastern Conference Final. And I can't get 100 likes. Come on, folks. Oh, it just went up to... no, it didn't. 95 watching. That's still good numbers for midnight. However, 92, 93. 7 more likes, folks. If you got 2 devices, hit the likes twice. One on your phone, one on the laptop. We can get this done. Mark must have left. Bontoon. Were you over in that other place, Bontoon? Nobody outside Vegas likes Vegas. Yeah. Montreal will qualify Doc. Yep. Any books written by or about pro scouting? Yeah. Someday I'm going to write a scouting book. Hugo Bola. Sounds like a full restaurant, but it works. Yeah. Almost sounds like Ebola. I don't know. Hugo Boma. Doc, third line winger would be perfect. Tage and Darlene embellish like crazy. Blain looks tired. Where is he? Did he come back? Blain is tired. He's a freaking Navy man. Works long hours. Could we make a play for Alex Tuck next year this offseason? No. going to my 5 alternate accounts to like your stream, sir. There we go. Grant, no, I was not. I just came back from the bar. Okay, okay, good. All right. Where, bar in Montreal, Bontoon? If Grant gets 100 likes, the hockey gods will ensure Habs victory in Game 6. Let's get it done. Before I sign off, I know I'll get 100 later, but it's kind of a tradition here, folks. I don't sign off till we hit 100 likes. So let's get her done. I am refreshing, and I'm going to say it's up to 97. Let's see. 98. Oh, yeah, we're going to get her done, folks. Just went to 102. Salamander there. Thanks, buddy. I bet you weren't lying. You went to your 5 alternate accounts. Can't remember the name of the bar, but it was at Lacage before. Oh, okay. Well, if I do get up to Montreal for round 3, if they make it, you'll have to see if we can't get together. Goggles Paisan. I met Goggles Paisan on my last trip. Nice man. And his wife, Lynn. They came to McLean's Public House and watched the pregame show. Between the rookies' youngest team, the OTs, a lot of 86 and 93 similarities. Plus, Ken is definitely looking down from the rafters at Dovish. Nicely said, Kevin. Yeah, well, the fact that young team, right? I did mention it in the pregame, the pregame freeze, that Jacques Demers was not averse to playing. Well, round 2 they played Buffalo, swept them. Every game 4-3. 3 of them went to overtime, but only 14 players played every game. Next round, only was the Islanders 5 games or whatever it was. Yeah, Islanders in 5. 14 players played every game. Final against LA, 15 players played every game. So last 3 rounds, the Habs went 12-2, but Jacques didn't rest on his laurels. Every game there was a change. You know, you had to keep rolling, or you were coming out of the lineup. And yeah, I would like to see Cappy in next game. Keep him sharp. Might need him. Still hoping Madame Belleville carrying the torch place would go bonkers. Yeah, it would be off the, kind of veer away from tradition. But then, you start saying, well, what about wives of other? But there's no one like Madame Belleville. I mean, she's mid-90s and she goes to every game. It would be cool. It would be cool to give her the honor of carrying the torch, in Jean's memory. It would be cool. There's no doubt about that. I just think that they're probably still going to keep going with ex-players, but yeah. Thank you, Francois. I'm not sure what the thanks is for. Oh yeah, okay. Maddie Brunet. Maybe Az will be upset like Oilers were. Yeah. That's true. I hope not. I don't want Vegas to win. She's Habs mom. Yep, that she is. 9 minutes left. Vegas looks like they're going to win. All right, folks. We hit the 100 mark. I should get going here. Gotta let the puppy out. He's been 2.5 hours here waiting for me patiently upstairs. So I will go let out Chester for his midnight ramble. I even my stomach's told me I need to eat a little something too. This beer isn't going down very well. Listen, Don, as usual, thank you so much for your great support here tonight. Gave out 10 free subscriptions. Mark, appreciate the $20. Kenny, $10. Thank you. Rum here, fiver from Rum here. Thanks. Thank you, buddy. Just go down the list here. Sheldon, thanks for the fiver. Jonathan, appreciate the $5 contribution. Everybody that's Donnie, thanks, buddy. Again, like a 5, 20, 10 subscriptions. Crazy. Don H. Thanks for the $20. It's quite generous of you. All right, everyone. Deuce, good night. Till Saturday night. Go Habs, go. Absolutely. Thank you, Drum Dude, for tuning in. Hoping that Habs get it. The boys get it done Saturday night. Absolutely. Good karma here. Habs playing exciting hockey in the playoffs, even if they lose, better than winning with dull hockey. Yeah. Well, no, I don't think I'd be too happy if they lose 2 in a row here, but here's hoping they can polish them off on Saturday night. That would be rather sweet. Okay, it was a great day to talk hockey. It's the next day, and it was still a great day to talk hockey. I'll probably do some kind of podcast tomorrow, because you know what? Every day is a great day to talk hockey. Kev, thank you. Like the pace. Yeah, 5-1 now. Okay. Without techno and air horns. No, we're not too sophisticated here. Just good old hockey talk. All right. Good night. Absolutely, John. You have a good night as well. And everybody, till next time, Saturday night, it's a date. I'll do a pregame show on I'm sure too, on Saturday. All right. Bye for now, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.